From the CISO series, it's Cybersecurity Headlines.
These are the cybersecurity headlines for Monday, December 15th, 2025. I'm Steve Prentice. 16-terabyte MongoDB database exposes nearly 4.3 billion professional records. The data, discovered by researchers at Nexus.ai, was discovered on November 23rd and secured 2 days later. Consisting of mainly LinkedIn-style data, the researchers suggest it would be useful in enabling large-scale AI-driven social engineering attacks. Although it is difficult to determine the age of the LinkedIn data, many records were collected or updated in 2025, but some may have been scraped from LinkedIn leaks that occurred in 2021. Apple posts updates after discovery of WebKit flaws. The 2 security updates are for iOS, iPadOS, macOS, tvOS, watchOS, visionOS, and the Safari web browser. And the 2 security flaws, both with CVE numbers and one of which was patched by Google in Chrome last week, may have been exploited in an extremely sophisticated attack against specific targeted individuals on versions of iOS before iOS 26, says Apple. Teams at Apple and Google have deduced that the vulnerabilities were, quote, likely weaponized in highly targeted mercenary spyware attacks, given that they both affect WebKit, end quote. Coupang data breach traced to ex-employee. Following up on a story we have been covering all this month, the Seoul Metropolitan Police Agency now says the data breach at South Korean retailer Coupang that exposed the information of 33.7 million customers has been attributed to a former employee who retained access to internal systems after leaving the company. Last Wednesday, as we reported, the company's CEO, Park Dae-jun, announced his resignation and apologized to the public for failing to stop what is the country's worst cybersecurity breach in its history. The suspect is a 43-year-old Chinese national who, quote, joined Coupang in November 2022, was assigned to an authentication management system, and left the firm in 2024. He is believed to have already left the country, end quote. MITRE shares 2025's top 25 most dangerous software weaknesses. Released in collaboration with the Homeland Security Systems Engineering and Development Institute and CISA, the list contains 25 of the most dangerous software weaknesses behind more than 39,000 security vulnerabilities disclosed between June 2024 and June 2025. Topping the list is cross-site scripting, followed by SQL injection, cross-site request forgery, missing authorization, and out-of-bounds write, with new entries this year being variations on buffer overflows. A link to the full list is available in the show notes to this episode. Huge thanks to our sponsor, Adaptive Security. This episode is brought to you by Adaptive Security, the first cybersecurity company backed by OpenAI. Deepfakes aren't science fiction anymore. They are a daily threat. Here's a quick tip. If your voicemail greeting is your real voice, switch it to the default robot voice. A few seconds of audio can be enough to clone you. Adaptive helps teams spot and stop these AI-powered social engineering attacks, and you can learn more at adaptivesecurity.com. That is adaptivesecurity, one word.com. Germany summons Russia's ambassador over alleged air traffic control cyber attacks. This action was taken after a formal accusation against Moscow of the cyber attacks against Germany's air traffic control authority in August, along with a disinformation campaign ahead of February's election. The German government stated it has clear evidence linking the air traffic control attack to the Russia Nexus Group APT-28, also known as Fancy Bear. A Russia-based disinformation campaign, tracked as Storm 1516, was also accused of the election interference attack. This group has also been active in other divisive campaigns in Europe as well as in the US. Hamas-affiliated APT targeting Middle East and Morocco. A group allegedly affiliated with the Palestinian organization Hamas is accused of, quote, using malware-laden documents to breach government and diplomatic entities tied to Oman, Morocco, and the Palestinian Authority. This is according to Palo Alto Network's Unit 42, which issued a report on Thursday about a group called Ashen Lepus, that is Ashen, and then LEPUS. The group is allegedly using a new strain of information-stealing malware called #Tag. Canada's privacy regulator to probe face-scanning billboards. The probe focuses on billboards located near Toronto's largest train and subway station, Union Station, which allegedly analyzes the age and genders of passers-by. Owned by the movie and media company Cineplex Digital Media, CDM, they, quote, use cameras, large databases, and in some cases artificial intelligence to survey people in public, end quote. CDM has reportedly said that no personal data or images are kept and that the billboards process data within milliseconds. U.S. sues ex-Accenture manager over Army cloud platform. The U.S. is suing a former senior manager at Accenture for, quote, allegedly misleading the government about the security of an Army cloud platform, end quote. In a court action, the United States of America versus Daniel Hilmer, the U.S. alleges that between March 2020 and November 2021, Hilmer obstructed federal auditors and falsely represented the security of the company's cloud platform, which was used by other government customers beyond the Army. The defendant, Hilmer, claimed to work for Big Four consulting firm Accenture during the stated timeline, according to a now-deleted LinkedIn account. Quote, the platform in question is described as a non-appropriated fund-integrated financial management system, NIFMS, a cloud-based payroll, pension, and benefits system, end quote. According to the indictment, Hilmer, quote, made efforts to represent the NIFMS platform as having enabled security controls that met the FedRAMP High baseline and the Department of Defense's impact levels 4 and 5, end quote, which are now being described as falsehoods. If you enjoy CISO Series events, why not put them on your calendar? Did you know you can subscribe to everything we've got going on over on our events page at CISOseries.com? Head on over there, subscribe to the whole calendar, and you will know when we're going live with the Department of No, Super Cyber Friday, and all our live in-person events. And if you have some thoughts on the news from today or about this show in general, please be sure to reach out to us at feedback@CISOseries.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Steve Prentice, reporting for the CISO Series.
Cybersecurity headlines are available every weekday. Head to CISOseries.com for the full stories behind the headlines.